Well, Taoiseach, the people of Ireland have suffered greatly with COVID. The people of Ireland have been magnificent. But the people now, self-employed and ordinary people, need guidance. You promised us leaders 2.5 weeks ago at a meeting that you'd have a further meeting was to give notice to people of how they could recommence their business. I tell you today, in the spirit of Charles J. Kickham, in the spirit of the people of Monaghan and T.J. McInerney, people are going to rise up because they're fed up of this, been dangled on a string. You never stood behind the counter. You never stood behind the shop either to understand the damage, the trauma and the stress that's on families. Would you please give them at least the respect of giving them notice of what they can do in the next coming weeks and what they can't do? They're on their knees. The banks are merciless knocking at the doors, revenue are knocking at the doors, and you give them no guidance. And you're disrespecting the other parties in this House by not having the meeting that you promised us with Mr. Holohan and others to get the science and get the data, which you haven't been given. You haven't been given any data or any science. You're operating on a wing and a prayer, and you won't even allow the people to say prayers.
The only person who's acting on a wing and a prayer is yourself, Deputy. And you've been acting on a wing and a prayer for a long time, as far as I can see. But just through the Chair, we have informed you. You have met NEFIT, but you've consistently been in the denial camp in relation to the deadly impact of COVID-19 on people's lives and on people's health. And it has a terrible impact on people's lives and on people's health, Deputy. And you should accept that. Now, that said, we will provide guidance. We have, through every level, provided guidance. And I do know how severe it is on people out there. And I do know that. And in terms of the impact it's had on people's incomes, and in terms of their livelihoods. That's what COVID-19 has done. That's what COVID-19 has done. It's been a terrible virus that has upended societies across the world. And if you look across Europe, at least Ireland is in a much better position in terms of the low levels of incidence relative to our European partners and European member states. And that never gets said by you.
Thank you.